One day the lights go out, not metaphorically, literally. You close your eyes and the movie stops. No rewinds, no director's cut, no retakes. It's final. Imagine for a moment that you knew the end was minutes away. What would you do with that time? Would you flip through your phone, scroll through messages you never answered, or watch another clip of someone else living the life you wanted? Would you run to the nearest convenience store and buy snacks you don't need? Or would you finally say the things you've been burying? Would you pick up the phone and speak to the people who keep you grounded? Would you tell them the truth? That you love them, that you were sorry, that you were proud of them? Most men live as if death is an inconvenient rumor. We budget our bravery for some far-off future. Later becomes our default setting. Later, I'll leave the job. Later, I'll call my father. Later, I'll tell her how I feel. Later, I'll get in shape. Later, I'll chase that dream. But what if later doesn't show up? We pretend there's time because pretending is easier than confronting responsibility. It's painless to keep living on the margin, to trade the pursuit of meaning for the small comforts that dull the edges of life. We convince ourselves that security is worth the slow corrosion of the soul. But security bought with surrender is not security at all. It's a slow death, dressed as comfort. Think about the decisions you make every day. They seem small. A few dollars saved here, an hour scrolled away there, an apology postponed. Small choices stack like stones, until one morning you wake up under the weight of a house you never intended to build. The problem isn't a single mistake. It's the daily pattern of not choosing what matters. If you had minutes left, would you look back and be satisfied that you played safe? Would you be proud of a life lived in the shallow end? Or would the silence after the blink be filled with the echo of opportunities you let slide because they required risk, because they required you to choose pain over ease? Regret is not born in the moment of death. It is cultivated in the seasons of avoidance. The quiet years when you chose comfort over courage, the relationships neglected, the books unread, the places unexplored, the dreams you let atrophy because fear whispered that you couldn't. If you're honest, you know what would hurt most. Not the failures, but the things you never tried. You were a miracle to begin with. The math that created you is obscene. The chance to exist, to be the particular combination of DNA, time, place, and relationship that produced you is astronomically rare. You beat millions of possible outcomes to be here. That fact should make you furious with the idea of wasting it. Yet the certainty of death is vastly more democratic than the miracle of birth. Everyone loses that hand. The real gamble is life itself. We act like tomorrow is guaranteed because it comforts us. We live small because living big is messy, demanding, and uncertain. We confuse courage with recklessness, and so we never risk the only thing that truly matters: a life lived on purpose. Consider legacy. Not the glossy Instagram kind of legacy, the money or the followers, but the mark you leave on the character of the people around you. Legacy is not measured at the point of death. It is measured every day you choose to show up differently than the men who failed you. Time is non-negotiable. You cannot borrow tomorrow to fix what you refused to fix today. That's why urgency isn't panic. It's clarity. It's the sober understanding that the door might close earlier than you expect. It's the discipline to place your bets on the things that matter. Courage, integrity, presence. It's to trade the trivial for the true. And remember, action is not only about grand gestures, it's also about the small, consistent choices that align with who you want to be. It's waking up early because your body deserves to be honored. It's ending the habit that numbs your soul. It's going to the conversation you keep avoiding with someone you love. It's applying for the job that scares you. It's buying the one-way ticket to the place you dream of seeing. You cannot control how long you'll have, but you can control what you do with the breaths you're given. That's the only real power. To treat each day like a building block, not a spare part for safety, but a brick for the monument you'll leave behind. So here is the hard truth. Most men don't fail because they were incapable. They fail because they got comfortable. They abandoned risk for ease, and in the exchange, they lost their edge. They surrendered to distraction, and in doing so, surrendered the life they were capable of forging. If you don't want to sit at the end and feel the sting of missed chances, start changing the ledger today. Pick one regret and attack it. Call the person you owe an apology to. Pack a bag and go to the place you always dreamed of. Say the words you've been holding back. Quit the job that deadens you. Sign up. Show up. Fail forward. The point isn't perfection. It's presence. Courage doesn't require heroism. It requires small, repeated acts of integrity that over time accumulate into a life that matters. Discipline is quiet. It's not glamorous. It's a man choosing the harder right over the easier wrong, day after day. That is how you make the minutes you have worth whatever comes after. Build things that make regret impossible. Build relationships that survive honesty. Build a body and mind that can take the hits life will deliver. Build a character that when tested says, I stood. Build a story you'll be proud to read in the last minutes of your life. And when you find yourself tempted to put it off, remember the inevitability you can't negotiate with. The end comes for us all. Use that certainty to make your life urgent in the best sense. Use it to strip away the noise and focus on what will matter when the curtain falls. If this message landed, do something about it. Not just for show, for truth. Hit the like if you feel the pull. Subscribe if you're tired of the easy path and ready to fight for a life that matters. Share this with one man who needs a wake-up call. But beyond clicks, Take one action tonight that moves you from spectator to participant. You got here against impossible odds. Don't let your life end as a sad footnote about what could have been. Make it a record of what you dared to become. Stand up. Choose courage. Live with urgency. When the lights blink off, let your last thought be satisfaction, not regret.